Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. I told you guys once a month I'm going to have a once a month chat with you guys and just talk about a bunch of stuff. It'll probably go over the 5 minutes. I've noticed lately there's maybe about 1 to 2 videos a week going a little over 5 minutes. I hope you guys don't mind. I still like to keep most of my videos in that range though. So I wrote down a bunch of ideas and things to talk about, so let me get started on a variety of topics. Number one, I always like to start with something kind of fun. I enjoy fun. I enjoy being entertained. I love to watch movies and television when I get a moment. I do enjoy having Netflix, and I have to tell you, one of the things I'm watching on Netflix isn't the thing that a lot of people are watching. I like to watch a lot of foreign films or TV programs. And I'm watching a TV show called Velvet, and it was set in the 1950s and 1960s. It's a Spanish TV show. Let me know if any of you have watched it. It is really good. It's a drama, and I just really enjoyed it. It's all about the fashion world, but it's really interesting. So that's what I'm watching on Netflix. Let me know what you guys are watching. Number two, one of the big things I wanted to mention to you guys also is, since this whole thing going on in our world right now, the one good thing that's come out of it for me is I finally have a decent sleeping schedule. I am going to bed a little bit earlier. I probably could go to bed even earlier than what I am, but I'm getting up by 8:30 a.m. And sometimes I even get up a little bit earlier than that, but I don't sleep. And when that alarm goes off, I don't lay there. I get up, which is really good. I get a lot more accomplished that way, and I don't feel I waste my time. I do also start my morning with a quiet time, some prayer, some gratitude. And so I feel like I have a better start to the morning, and I'm really liking that. Number three, the other big thing I wanted to tell you, and I'm really excited about this. You guys know I live in Dallas, Texas, originally from Woodbury, Minnesota, which is a suburb of St. Paul. I still am not used to heat. You're probably like, Dawn, you've been there since the 1980s. You'd think you'd be used to the hot weather. I especially don't like humidity. I prefer cold weather. And it's very hard for me to walk outside when it's warm, especially if I'm walking at a good pace. So we have a Super Target near us, and we're allowed to walk in there again. And so my friend and I walk in the Super Target, and we're really enjoying that. And we go several laps around inside the store, and I really like it. And this particular Super Target has done some remodeling also, so we're really anxious to be back. Also, you guys know I'm still sanitizing stores. I have to tell you, you're going to think this sounds crazy. I really love to work. I've always loved to work ever since I've been a little girl. I love to make money. I love to help people. I love to be around people. I think it's because I'm a social person. And I just enjoy getting out there working. Sanitizing, is it the most exciting job in the world? I would love to say, oh yes. Maybe it is a little monotonous, but I'm just so grateful to have the job. And with the reason why I'm bringing this up is, number one, I'm not sure how much longer we'll be doing these sanitizing activities. This company is going to virtual demos, which is kind of like a merchandising job where you set up and tear down, I guess you would call a display. I won't be doing those because that requires traveling from store to store. So I'll do sanitizing until we go to what I call regular demos, what I'm used to doing. Not sure when that might be happening. It's in the future, but I don't know when. None of us do. But I wanted to mention something that happened yesterday at my job while I was working. I met a guy, and I don't know if he was totally blind, but he was with another guy, and he was wearing glasses, and he had a cane, and I know that he had some sight issues because this friend was helping him. And I met him, and he liked my personality. He asked how I was, and I told him I was too anointed to be disappointed. He just loved that. And we talked for just a little bit. He had the most grateful personality. He was in the best mood. Here he is, he can't see, but yet he was so grateful for everything that he had, and had the best attitude of anyone that I've met in the longest time. I've noticed that some of the people I've met that either are in poor health or they don't have much of anything are some of the most grateful people that I've ever met, and some of the happiest people I've ever met. I just find that amazing, and I really felt blessed by meeting that guy, so I wanted to share that with you. Now, on to the question everyone keeps asking that I'm going to finally address. Many people keep asking about what is my family doing to help. So I'm going to address this very, very briefly so that I don't keep answering this type of thing in the comments. First of all, my daughter's in full-time college, and because it's online, she spends sometimes up to 12 hours a day in her classes. So she's not doing outside work. Before all of this, she would do some side hustles and side gigs that fit in with her schedule because we want her to focus on school. She's getting straight A's in college. This way she finishes this strong, and she's doing really well with that, and she's very pleased with her grades and how she's doing. That's for my daughter. My husband, there's been times in our marriage, we've been married around 26 years, that he's worked, maybe I haven't worked, or vice versa. That being said, we have one vehicle, I don't drive. So basically, he's been our family chauffeur. So because of that, he hasn't worked a typical 9 to 5. He does freelance work. He's done the census, focus groups. He helps me with YouTube. He takes over a lot of the household chores, transporting. He's also working on some freelance writing projects and investments. So he does all different types of side gigs and side hustles, and that's what he's primarily focused on right now. He has some other things in the works. We've both looked for some work at home opportunities. I have to be honest, so far we haven't heard responses on some of those. It looks like a lot of my mystery shopping will be coming back. Some is coming back in May, some in June, and some in July. I haven't heard from all of them yet, but some of my mystery shopping is coming back. So I'm just trying to take things day by day, being grateful and have a good attitude. So I wanted to touch base on that. Number 6, the other thing I want to talk about is my weight. Good news is I'm below 195 now. I'm really pleased with that. I don't have a weight goal in mind. I do know about, it was maybe over 3 years ago now. Maybe 4 years ago, I weighed about 194 right now. 193, 194, right in that range. And about 4 years ago, I weighed around 173, right around that, low 170s. I would love if I could lose another 20 pounds and at least keep that off. That would get me into some of my other really nice clothes that I have, and also some shoes, and also 20 more pounds would really help my swelling and edema even more. Don't know if I'm going to be going lower than that, but I definitely want to lose at least another 20 to 25 pounds. It's coming off slow at this point, but as long as it keeps coming down and I'm not gaining, and then if I see myself make some poor choices, that right away I pull that rein in and say, oh, let's restart. If you have a bad day when you're overeating or a bad meal, it doesn't mean you have to ruin the whole day. So if you overeat at lunch, guess what? You can eat a lighter dinner. So that's kind of what I'm working on, is just making better choices and kind of really asking myself some questions before and after I eat, how I feel about it. So still working on that. The other big thing is, I know a lot of folks, and this is really important to me, I know we all have different views about what is going on in the world. I don't talk a lot about that, mostly because nothing against any of the other channels. It's spoken about so much. We're inundated from the news, the media, and other fellow YouTubers, and it's nothing against them. I'm really working on separating myself from all that in order for me to function day to day, because I have to have a good sense of humor. I have to find things to laugh at, to be grateful for, and I find if I concentrate too much on all this other stuff, I start to tend to feel fearful. I tend to exaggerate things in my mind. And many times people just believe what they hear in the media besides doing their own research. And I just want to have something to look forward to and something to laugh at. I've been watching a lot of the Saturday Night Live videos recently. There are some really funny ones, and they just brighten my day. So I'm always looking for funny things to laugh at and just get my mind off, because I don't want to base my life on fear, which brings me to my last thing I want to talk about. You guys know I'm cleaning the stores. The big thing to know is I don't have a lot of people to talk to. Imagine me going without talking for 5 or 10 minutes. It's a miracle. So I'm left with my thoughts, and I've been thinking a lot. What am I thinking about throughout the day? And I have to be honest with you. Many times some of the thoughts I'm thinking are not thoughts that are serving me. And I've been thinking fearful thoughts, obsessing thoughts, replaying negative thinking in my mind. And so I've just been working on what kinds of things can I think about. So today I thought, let me see if I can think of 100 things I can be grateful for. And that gave me a lot to think about. So when you're, and this could be a whole nother topic about, is what are our thoughts? What are we telling ourselves? What do we believe about ourselves and the world around us? Really important. When you're left with yourself, without busyness, and all you're left with is your thoughts, it can be kind of scary because all of a sudden you realize some of your thoughts are thoughts you don't want to be having. Let me know what you guys think about that. And like I said, I could do an hour video just about thought life, but we'll table that for another time. Before signing off, I'm doing another shout out. I am doing now a daily shout out to a channel. And the reason I'm doing this is I don't know any other channel that's doing it, so it's kind of my thing. And it's my way of giving back. And then this way, if it's meant to be, you guys may be led to a particular channel that you feel really resonates with you and can maybe change your life. This is someone that's been around for a while. Ed and Jane from Decade to Freedom. They also have another YouTube channel called Creative Alternatives. It's all about budgeting. They started eating, they are losing weight together and exercising. They are looking at ways to live life on their terms and improve all areas of their life. So I think it's incredible, very inspiring, and very motivating. Let me know if you have comments about anything. I especially want to know comments about your thought life. How do you control your thoughts? I was kind of wondering because I'd like to do a video series on that. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.